sincere forms. And 98% of American homes have a TV set, which means the other 2% of the households have to generate their own violence and sex. That's what I think. In California, they don't even throw their garbage away. They make it into TV shows. It's not my fault our generation has short attention spans. We watch an appalling amount of TV. It's hard to decide if TV makes morons out of everybody or if it mirrors Americans who really are morons to begin with. Nothing in the long history of mankind can be everything to everyone except maybe The Simpsons. If you have to get your news from TV, get it from Comedy Central. It's just as accurate with the added benefit of making you forget your Prozac for a few minutes. May this be the year that we collectively tune out reality TV and tune into reality. The nuclear generator of brain sludge television. Towards the end of the Cretaceous period, the Earth was struck by an asteroid that wiped out 75% of the species on the planet. Can we honestly say that we had worse year than those species did? Yes, we can, because they were not exposed to Jersey Shore. I remember when I got my first television set, I stopped caring so much about close relationships. Today and television is the invention. It permits you to be entertained in your living room by people you wouldn't have in your home. Snooze gives you both sides of the story, the president's side and the vice president's side. As a host, out and about in a Big Easy, so I can say that. Television turned out to be exactly as bad as most irritating and intellectuals of the 50s said it was going to be. Imagine what it would be like if TV were actually good. It would be the end of everything we know. What do you get when you add media and democracy? Mediocrity. This is PJ LaRive. I'm out and about in a Big Easy. I'm beating up TV just to tell you, listen to radio. If you want more, go to my website. I got some on there. So I get these countless emails that came in last week. I put a little snippet out there of some bloopers. And you guys said, Facebook, you have a lot of followers, and out and about in a Big Easy on Facebook, you have a lot of followers. And, of course, we're on Spreaker and iHeartRadio, Fox Sports, and we're broadcast worldwide. But the consensus was, PJ, put it on your show and show that you're a human being. So I said, okay. So here is our bloopers before we go into commercials. It's just a couple of them. Hopefully you get a chuckle out of it. And then we'll be right back after the bloopers with some more interesting stuff happening in New Orleans. Boudin balls and shrimp lump crab rigatoni. I can't even say it. Ravioli. Oh my gosh. The Human Torch could not get a bank loan. The Human Torch. What am I reading? The Human Torch could not get a bank loan. What do you mean I can't order 5 beignets and 2 cups of cafe au lait? What do you mean, no? Well, that's not what I'm saying. I don't want 6. I want 5. You eat 1.
I can't, because if I say yeah to you, it means I gotta eat everybody's one donut for the rest of the day.
Just give me the coffee au lait, and what are y'all laughing at? Oh, my mic's on. Thanks for listening out and about a Big Easy. Stand by. We got some more stuff coming on. Fox Sports, iHeartRadio.
Every year, hundreds of children in the New Orleans area enter the foster care system through no fault of their own. For many of these kids, the experience will have devastating effects on their young lives. That's where CASA comes in. Court-appointed special advocates, or CASAs, are volunteers just like you who are trained to advocate for these abused and neglected children in court. You could be the voice of a foster kid. Make a lifelong difference for a foster child in your community. To volunteer or donate, go to CASANewOrleans.org. That's CASANewOrleans.org.
Queen Elizabeth once caught beads at Mardi Gras, and she returned to England with what are now known as the crown jewels. When he travels, he brings Central Time with him.
I don't always drive in New Orleans, but when I do, I prefer a Ford F-150.
He is the most ordinary man in New Orleans, with the most extraordinary deals, only at Lamarck Ford.
Drive safely, my friends.
In New Orleans, everyone knows a woman who hunts, but you may not know her struggle to find stylish apparel until now. New Orleans' own St. Hugh makes field wear she can wear from St. Bernard Marsh to St. Charles Avenue. Also, Out and About listeners can save 15% on any order to the code EASY15. Also worth mentioning, orders over $50 always ship free with code FREESHIP. Shop St. Hugh at www.sthugh.co. That's www.sthugh.co. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. ProfessorPools.com. ProfessorPools.com. If you have a broken swimming pool, a broken spa, your pool needs to be chemically treated, it's green, it's nasty, it's whatever, from you just didn't touch it for 6 months or 5 months during the winter and it's green and nasty, call ProfessorPools.com. Look them up on the internet. They got a beautiful website, ProfessorPools.com.
Hey, we stole that
strawberry cheesecake.
We got that
snowballs.
That snow that.
Snow that snowballs.
We got that. Snow that.
Pineapple coconut.
We got that. That snow that. If you would like to have Snow That at your location, dial 504-493-9231 or follow us at Twitter at @snowdat_NOLA, and we'll be right out in a flash. Snow that. We snow that.
Strawberry cheesecake.
We got that. That snow that.
I'm Charmaine. Snow that. You need one of these. That's right, it's a Snow That snowball. And they're so good, and you will know that once you try that. Snow That snowballs, y'all.
That's right, folks. Snow That snowballs. 504-493-9231. That's 504-493-9231. Call them for your next party. They come out. Fantastic job. Beyond fantastic snowballs. Give them a call. 504-493-9231. And this first portion of the show is sponsored by Snow That Snowballs. And if you call them on that number and you tell them Out and About in a Big Easy, you get 10% off your first booking of your party. And welcome back to the second part of our show. You're listening to PJ LaRive, Fox Sports, iHeartRadio, and KEIB Los Angeles. You are out and about in a Big Easy, baby. We got so much more stuff to talk about. The second half of the show is sponsored by Professor Pools. That's ProfessorPools.com. Nasty pool, give them a call. If it's green, give them a call. They'll come out there and make your pool crystal blue. I had personal experience with these guys. Fantastic work and very inexpensive. Now, I want to talk back about the Sanger Theater and the Joy Theater, two of the most fabulous Canal Street landmarks. You know, the Sanger Theater reopened its doors in September 2013. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but it has. It's been since 2013. That was a $53 million redevelopment project that featured authentic restorations of the original 1927 design, including restorations and recreations of all the original finishes and color schemes. New state-of-the-art building and technical systems, the expanded theater stage, which was probably the best idea they came up with. And just recently, The Lion King was here, and with the stage presence and the larger stage, it was just, the theatrics was fantastic. Their technical systems are state-of-the-art. I guess that's what $53 million does when you're revamping a building. New theater seating, it increased concessions. We just went recently, my family and I, to a performance, and they had great concessions. They had wine, they had spirits, all the alcohols and Coca-Colas, and the food. Everything was just so new and clean. Restroom facilities were out of this world. And look, I'm a big bathroom guy, right? I go into a bathroom at a restaurant and I judge the whole restaurant by their bathroom. The facilities there were fantastic with new lounge areas, and it completed the scope of this truly, truly remarkable effort. If you want to see highlights of the Sanger Theater, you can go on sangernola.com, www.sangernola.com, and click on photos and videos, and it shows you the restoration. For those of you that are listening in Los Angeles and away, look at those restorations, before and after pictures. Oh, it's amazing. Now let's talk about the Joy Theater, which is really just across the street. The Joy is a multi-purpose venue. Again, it was completely restored. The entirety renovated, 10,000 square foot multi-purpose venue. It features live music concerts, comedy shows. It's just the theatrical productions at this place. Now, I had an opportunity to walk through a couple days ago. I was invited. Hey, Pat, come see. PJ, you're out and about. While you're out and about, knock on the door, and we'll show you what we're doing. The space to host your next party or corporate event is the Joy Theater. Fully repurposed sound and lighting systems. The theater holds up to 1,200 people with flexible seating plans, so they can configure in almost limitless ways to support your act, if you're a musician or band or something like that, or if you're having an event. Staying true to New Orleans heritage, which is so important in New Orleans, the theater had been returned to its Art Deco grandeur. That was late 1940s era. And they did, like the Sanger, a bang-up, spectacular job, including in the renovation of the iconic marquee that's on Canal Street that's been around for, forever. That thing just looks fantastic. And if you look at the Joy Theater's marquee and the effort they put into that, the inside is going to take your breath away. The Joy Theater it's really conveniently located on Canal Street, on the Canal streetcar line in downtown New Orleans, and it's within walking distance of the French Quarter for all our tourists here. It's got ample parking options within the neighborhood, and it's super easy bus drop-off, Uber drop-off. The location is basically right in front of the Joy. It's accessible to New Orleans locales and tourists alike.